Picture yourself journeying across the boundless ocean, where each wave could be hiding a haunting secret or an untold story beneath the surface. No matter how advanced or familiar our world seems, the deep sea continues to guard mysteries that can surprise even the most seasoned explorers. Here are 20 of the most chilling discoveries ever made in the heart of the ocean. Number 20. Indian Lost City. The underwater city of Dvarka, a renowned site in Indian marine archaeology, is where ancient stories blend with real-life discoveries. According to legend, Lord Krishna established Dvarka on the western coast of Gujarat. This place is famous for its underwater ruins and is often associated with ancient alien theories because of the descriptions of advanced technology in the Mahabharata, an epic poem. In this epic, there's a battle where a flying machine attacks Dvarka. Some ancient alien theories suggest it might have been a spacecraft from orbit, using powerful energy weapons that caused immense destruction. In response, Lord Krishna fought back with formidable weapons. The Mahabharata describes Dvarka as a city adorned with crystal palaces, silver buildings, emerald decorations, and a sophisticated infrastructure. While this is part of Indian mythology, marine archaeology has uncovered evidence of an ancient city submerged 70 feet below the sea, dating back 9,000 years. Researchers have found underwater sandstone walls, streets, seaports, and protective stone walls. These discoveries align with the Mahabharata's depiction of Dvarka, adding a touch of reality to the ancient tales and fascinating insights into our past. Number 19. The Floating Mary Celeste. Have you ever stumbled upon an old, deserted place and felt a shiver run down your spine, sensing there's a hidden story behind it? Well, on December 4, 1872, sailors had that exact experience when they found the American merchant ship, the Mary Celeste, floating mysteriously in the Atlantic Ocean empty. There were no crew members in sight, as if they had vanished into thin air, leaving behind a ship untouched by any struggle, with personal items and important documents left undisturbed. Another ship, the Dei Grazia, stumbled upon the Mary Celeste, witnessing its eerie dance on the waves. Its crew felt a sense of unease as they discovered that the ship's lifeboat was missing. Despite some minor water damage, the Mary Celeste seemed to be in good shape, not indicating any reason for abandonment. So what could have scared off the crew? People have speculated endlessly, but among the many theories, one stands out. The ship's cargo, the Mary Celeste, was carrying industrial alcohol, raising concerns that the crew might have feared an explosion caused by alcohol fumes. Although there's no record of such alcohol spontaneously combusting, the possibility lingers. Number 18. The Incredible Underwater Bloop. In 1996, the United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration detected an incredibly powerful underwater sound. It was so remarkable that it earned the name the Bloop. This mysterious sound traveled an astonishing distance of 1,864 miles and was picked up by sensors called hydrophones, strategically placed 3,727 miles apart. Scientists were fascinated by the Bloop because it was unlike any sound they had heard before underwater. Initially, researchers who were monitoring underwater volcanoes in the southern Pacific noticed the Bloop. Its unique characteristics and sheer volume caught their attention. They used underwater microphones spaced over 3,219 kilometers apart to capture the sound. Over the years, scientists from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory worked tirelessly to uncover the source of this mysterious sound as part of their mission to study underwater volcanic activity and earthquakes. After deploying hydrophones closer to the Antarctic region, researchers finally unveiled the source of the Bloop in 2005. They determined that it was the sound of an icequake, a seismic event caused by the cracking and fracturing of icebergs as they break away from Antarctic glaciers. With global warming on the rise, these icequakes are becoming more frequent, contributing to the increased frequency of glaciers breaking away, splitting, and melting into the ocean. Number 17. The Unique Sleeping Habits of Whales. Whales, the largest creatures in the sea, are truly fascinating beings on our planet. Imagine diving into the ocean and encountering these immense animals, peacefully dozing with their heads pointed toward the water's surface. Unlike animals on land, whales have to be cautious when they sleep because they can't afford to plunge into a deep slumber and risk drowning. Instead, they've developed a unique way of resting to ensure they can still breathe while being partially awake. Whales sleep vertically, keeping one eye open and taking turns resting each side of their brain. This allows them to stay aware of their surroundings and maintain vital functions like swimming and breathing. When they need air, they gently rise to the surface and float just below it, remaining semi-conscious. This sleeping posture lets them rest their brains while ensuring they can easily access air. Unlike most mammals that need complete sleep cycles, whales can rest each hemisphere of their brain independently. This helps them stay alert to potential threats, like predators or obstacles, even while resting. Witnessing these majestic creatures sleeping with their heads towards the surface is one of the most captivating sights you can behold in the ocean. Number 16. Terrifying Turtle Graveyard. Imagine stumbling upon a hidden treasure deep within an ocean cave, a graveyard filled with the ancient remains of turtles. Josh Vagara, a 34-year-old adventurer and photographer from the Philippines, had this extraordinary experience while exploring Caden Island in Malaysia. The breathtaking scene he encountered unveiled the skeletons of lost and trapped turtles strewn across the cave floor beneath the Indian Ocean. As Josh delved deeper into the cave on March 26, 2019, he uncovered a cave known as the Turtle Tomb. Turtles, in their quest for air, venture into the cave but tragically become disoriented and meet their end, never to resurface. The darkness of the caverns revealed more turtle remains, painting a touching picture of these majestic creatures meeting their demise in the ocean depths. Interestingly, this underwater cemetery is not a recent discovery. In the 1980s, Captain Jack Ucasto, a legendary ocean explorer, first stumbled upon this captivating resting place for turtles. While he believed the turtles chose the cave for a peaceful exit, locals from Caden Island have a different perspective. They suggest that the turtles, confused and disoriented, met their fate due to suffocation. The cave, plunging to a depth of 1,968 feet, also holds the skeletal remains of a dolphin, which likely shared a similar tragic fate. Now it's time for today's topic. Imagine sailing across the endless ocean where every wave might be concealing a chilling secret or a forgotten story waiting to be told. Despite how vast and modern our world may appear, the deep blue still harbors mysteries that could astonish even the most experienced sailor. Here are 20 of the most chilling discoveries made in the middle of the ocean. In June 2025, a group of local fishermen from the coastal town of Surigao del Norte, Philippines, ventured 20 miles offshore aboard a traditional wooden banca, chasing rumors of unusually large tuna schools. But what they encountered would haunt them forever. As dusk settled over the water, one of the crew noticed a massive dorsal fin slicing through the waves. Moments later, the ocean erupted. A colossal great white shark, over 25 feet long and visibly scarred, breached beside their boat. Its head alone was larger than a man. Blood dripped from its jaws as if it had recently fed, and its eyes were locked onto the boat. Panic erupted. The fishermen scrambled to pull in their nets, but the creature circled, thrashing the hull with terrifying force. One young crew member slipped, nearly falling overboard, only to be pulled back at the last second. For what felt like hours, they watched as the shark patrolled them like prey. When the beast finally vanished into the darkening sea, they sped back to shore, too shaken to speak. To this day, not a single man on that boat has returned to the open ocean, and their story has become a chilling warning along the coast. Number 15. The mysterious underwater pyramid. Deep beneath the ocean near the Azores of Portugal, an astounding discovery captivated the world's attention. A mysterious underwater pyramid. This isn't your ordinary submerged treasure. It's a remarkable structure, meticulously crafted with precise geometric dimensions, standing tall at about 200 feet and sprawling across an astonishing 86,000 square feet. Can you understand the magnitude of such an architectural marvel concealed beneath the waves for so long? Speculation ran wild after it was uncovered that this underwater giant has been submerged for an incredible 20,000 years. If true, it opens the door to the thrilling possibility of an advanced human civilization having constructed this majestic edifice. It's the kind of tale that legends revolve around. But hold on, there's a twist. Some experts argue that due to the Azores' volcanic activity, Mother Nature might be the true artist behind this pyramid's creation. They suggest that intense volcanic forces could have naturally sculpted this awe-inspiring structure. Whether the product of ancient civilization's ingenuity or nature's handiwork, this submerged wonder has sparked a burst of excitement. So where do you place your bet? A relic from a forgotten era or a masterpiece sculpted by the forces of nature? Number 14. Ancient sunken city of Thonos Heracleion. In ancient Egypt, there was a city named Thonos Heracleion. It was bustling with travelers from the Mediterranean Sea between the 8th and 14th centuries before the Common Era. Egyptians called it Thonos, while Greeks knew it as Heracleion. This city was important for trade and culture. But then, something crazy happened. Thonos Heracleion sank underwater, taking with it amazing stuff like a big statue of the god Happy and a cool pharaoh sculpture. It's about 20 miles northeast of Alexandria, chilling in the Gulf of Abukir. Legends say the city's origins go way back to the 12th century before Christ, as written by ancient Greek historians. Its peak was around the 2nd century before Christ, but then disaster struck. A massive flood made the ground beneath it turn into goo, and the buildings just fell into the sea. But recently, archaeologists found some mind-blowing stuff down there, like giant pieces of a statue believed to be of the god Happy, and tons of other treasures, ancient coins, jewelry, temples, and even fancy boats. These discoveries are bringing Thonos Heracleion back to life and giving us a fresh look at ancient Egypt's past. Number 13. The peculiar basket star. The basket star is a peculiar inhabitant of ocean floors around the globe. This alien-like cousin of sea stars employs an intricate array of limb-like arms to capture its prey, setting it apart from its more familiar five-armed relatives. Unlike typical starfish, basket stars boast 5 central discs from which sprout numerous slender, jointed arms branching into delicate tendrils. This creates a sprawling, 2-foot-wide web adorned with tiny hooks and mucus-coated spines, entrapment plankton, shrimp, and other small creatures. What truly sets basket stars apart is their remarkable ability to regenerate entire limbs, a feat unparalleled in the marine world. This evolutionary adaptation allows them to thrive in the harsh conditions of the deep sea, where food is scarce and predators abound, descending to depths of up to 9,800 feet. Even if a part of their arm breaks off, basket stars continue to hunt and feed, while a new branch regenerates, ensuring their survival in the face of adversity. Number 12. Baffling underwater holes. Have you ever had one of those moments when you see something strange and your mind races to come up with the craziest explanation? Imagine scientists discovering mysterious patterns underwater, so intricate that we all wonder if aliens paid a visit just to doodle on the seabed. These captivating circular designs puzzle Japanese researchers, sparking wild theories about underwater alien art galleries. But sometimes reality is as captivating as fiction. The genius behind these alien-like artworks? A pufferfish. Yes, you read that right. Male pufferfish are like the artists of the sea, creating these patterns to impress their potential mates. If the female is impressed, they choose the circle as their love nest. Just when we thought we had solved the mystery, the ocean threw us another puzzle. Perfectly aligned holes on the Atlantic floor, discovered at a breathtaking depth of 8,000 feet. Imagine holes so precise it's like Mother Nature used a ruler. These aren't your ordinary backyard holes. They were found thanks to data from the NOAA vessel, the Okeanos Explorer. What's behind these holes? Another creative fish? A complex game of marine tic-tac-toe? Only time will tell. For now, let's revel in the mysteries our oceans continue to unveil. Number 11. A mystical golden orb. In September 2023, off the coast of Alaska in the Pacific Ocean, deep-sea researchers stumbled upon something truly surprising, a golden orb. It's not a pirate treasure, but possibly a mysterious egg from an unknown sea creature. This remarkable find, floating approximately 2 miles below the ocean surface, features a captivating central hole and was spotted by a remote-controlled submarine. The experts behind this discovery are none other than the dedicated researchers from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, known as NOAA. They're already knee-deep in detective work, conducting tests and DNA analysis to unravel the mysteries surrounding this object. Is it the remains of an undiscovered marine creature's egg? Could it be a new type of marine sponge? Or perhaps it's nature's version of a surprise egg? Since there are still many marine species waiting to be discovered, tracing the lineage of this golden orb might prove challenging. Will this mystery remain unsolved, lost in the depths of the ocean? Or will time and scientific inquiry reveal its secrets? Number 10. The frozen finger of death. Imagine using a remote-operated vehicle to examine the icy waters of the polar region. Suddenly, you behold a slender icy formation descending from the icy surface above, extending towards the seabed. This intriguing sight is none other than the ice finger, often called the finger of death, due to its chilling and lethal impact on marine creatures. The ice finger is essentially a tube of supercooled seawater, a saltwater solution even saltier than the surrounding sea. It typically forms in polar regions, especially where sea ice converges with the frigid ocean. As sea ice forms, it expels salt, creating highly concentrated pockets of saltwater beneath it. This supercooled seawater begins its descent, enveloped by a hollow ice tube as it moves downward. As the seawater solution descends, it freezes everything in its path, including unsuspecting marine life on the seabed. The surrounding water is supercooled, causing rapid ice formation upon contact. Any creature touched by the icy grasp of the seawater solution risks being frozen solid, hence its threatening name, the finger of death. Fortunately for us humans, this strange phenomenon poses little to no threat and serves merely as a captivating spectacle of nature's wonders. Number 9. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. The Baltic Sea Anomaly is a captivating discovery that was first spotted on the ocean floor of the northern Baltic Sea by a team of Swedish divers known as the Ocean X team back in June 2011. They stumbled upon it while searching for treasure. Their sonar picked up something unusual with features that looked like they could be natural but were different from what they expected. Some people even thought it might be a sunken, unidentified flying object. This mysterious formation was about 21 feet tall. Even though everyone got excited at first, most experts and scientists now think it's probably just a natural part of the Earth. They took some rocks from the site and had them checked out at Stockholm University. The results showed that the rocks were mainly made up of granites, gneisses, and sandstones with a piece of basaltic rock, which comes from volcanoes and isn't uncommon in places like this. It seems like the rocks and the anomaly formed because of the ice ages and the changes in the Earth's surface after that. They might have been carried there by glaciers. More tests on the rock's chemical makeup showed that they're similar to the nodules you often find on the seabed. Even though we have some answers, it's still a fascinating find. Number 8. Hug Orfish of the Deep. Legends about huge sea monsters might have come from seeing the Orfish, a long silver fish living deep in the ocean, also known as the king of herrings. This is incredible. This mysterious creature is the longest bony fish and the longest pelagic fish ever found, growing up to 56 feet. With its sleek, bluish, sharp fin running the length of its body, the Orfish moves vertically like a snake, using its long, ribbon-like body and paddle-shaped pelvic fins. It usually stays between 650 to 3,300 feet below the surface, living in the Earth's twilight mesopelagic zone, conserving energy by moving very little. Despite its fearsome reputation in folklore, the Orfish is harmless, feeding on tiny plankton with its toothless jaws and weak muscles. Sometimes injured or dying Orfish drift to shallower waters, sparking excitement as rare glimpses of an elusive ocean realm. In Japanese tradition, these stranded fish were thought to be messengers from the sea gods, with their beachings seen as signs of upcoming earthquakes. This fascination leads to questions about whether ancient tales of epic battles against enormous sea monsters were inspired by encounters with these fascinating fish, with each retelling becoming more exaggerated over time. Number 7. Gigantic set of antlers. In 2021, while fishing for trout in the middle of the ocean, two Northern Irish fishermen, Raymond Maroy and his assistant, Charlie Coyle, stumbled upon a remarkable find. Instead of fish, they pulled up an enormous set of antlers still attached to a skull, estimated to be more than 2,500 years old. These massive antlers belong to an extinct species known as the Irish elk, despite its misleading name as it was a type of giant deer, not an elk. The Irish elk boasted enormous antlers, spanning up to 12 feet. Although the name suggests they were exclusive to Ireland, Irish elks roamed much of Europe and Asia before their extinction around 5,900 before Christ. Maroy and Coyle's discovery came from Loch Nee, a large freshwater lake in Northern Ireland, where elk antlers and bones have been previously uncovered. The lake's cool, oxygen-deprived bottom mud aids in preserving fossils, but few specimens rival the size and condition of these antlers still attached to the skull. Paleontologists highly value such intact samples as they provide insights into the anatomy and environment of Irish elks before their extinction. Changes in climate and vegetation likely contributed to their decline. The impressive antlers highlight the remarkable size of male Irish elks in their prime. Number 6. Ghost Fleet of Chuck Lagoon. Have you ever heard of a special underwater resting place filled with life? Let's explore Chuck Lagoon. In its prime, this spot was a prized location for the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. It was seen as a nearly impenetrable naval base in the Pacific. But, as fate would have it, in February 1944, everything changed with Operation Hailstone. This massive Allied air and naval attack turned the once formidable stronghold into a sunken graveyard for countless Japanese ships and planes. Fast forward to today, and Chuck Lagoon is no ordinary ship graveyard. Instead of silence, it's bursting with life. The wrecks that once told tales of a violent past have become bustling artificial reefs. These once mighty war machines now host colorful corals and schools of fish and provide shelter for many underwater creatures. It's a stunning example of how nature can reclaim and rejuvenate. Divers from all over the world are drawn not only to see the remnants of wartime relics, but also to marvel at the vibrant underwater world that has sprung up around them. It's a beautiful blend of history and nature, making Chuck Lagoon a diver's paradise. Number 5. Cocaine in the sea. Two fishermen from South Carolina were out fishing for mahi-mahi when they stumbled upon something unexpected. Instead of finding prized fish, their nets pulled up over $1 million worth of cocaine floating amidst the debris. Imagine their surprise. They found dozens of bricks of illegal drugs. Each brick was worth thousands on the street, making the fishermen calculate wildly. They realized that these bricks potentially equaled millions in cartel contraband, right there in the water beside them. They were faced with a tough decision. Should they report it, dump it discreetly to avoid trouble, or even try to sell it themselves? The morality of the situation weighed heavily on their minds. While the temptation of such wealth was understandable, they ultimately chose to do the right thing. They knew that the risks and criminal consequences of keeping the drugs outweighed any fleeting riches they might gain. Once they returned to shore, they immediately headed to the nearest Coast Guard station to report the floating narcotics and transfer custody. Despite only receiving thanks in return, they could claim compensation with a clear conscience. They had resisted the temptation of unlawful gain at sea, proving their integrity in the face of temptation. This sailor just made a chilling discovery in the middle of the ocean by accident, and what he found shocked the entire world. Shortly after sailing with his crew from the safety of the land, they stumbled upon something very strange, a very old rusty shipwreck. As they got closer, they saw something spooky. The ship's hull had mysterious markings from a forgotten time. Inside, there were old objects scattered around, leftovers from an ancient civilization. But among them, there was one thing that stood out, a fancy chest closed tight because it was very old. With shaky hands, they opened it to reveal secrets that had been tucked away for a very long time. Inside were maps of unknown places, writings about forgotten stories, and a mysterious message hinting at hidden treasures. And despite their best efforts, they just couldn't decipher the location of these treasures. What mysteries could be lying hidden within the ancient chest? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Number 4. The Lost City of Dvarka. Deep beneath the waters off the coast of Gujarat, India lies a hidden treasure, the ancient city of Dvarka, lost for over 9,500 years. It is not just a place of religious significance, but also a hotspot for archaeologists and historians alike. Legend has it that Dvarka was once the kingdom of Lord Krishna, and recent underwater discoveries have breathed new life into this ancient tale. Since 1983, archaeologists have unearthed a fortified foundation believed to be the remains of Dvarka's ancient city walls. Over 500 artifacts, including stone blocks, pillars, and irrigation systems, hint at a rich cultural history dating back 2,000 years. Moreover, the discovery of numerous anchors suggests that Dvarka was a bustling port engaged in trade with Arabian regions from the 15th to the 18th century. The Sanskrit word Dvarka translates to portal or door, indicating its historical role as a gateway for foreign mariners entering India. Today, archaeologists are preparing for an underwater excavation to delve deeper into Dvarka's mysteries. Despite the findings, much about this ancient city remains shrouded in mystery. Number 3. Powerful Mark I live grenade. While magnet fishing can be fun and rewarding, it can also uncover things that are best left untouched. 2 men from Britain learned this lesson when they found something unexpected while exploring a canal with their magnet. Deep in the water, after over a century of lying dormant, they discovered a relic from World War I, a hand grenade. Magnet fishing, which has become increasingly popular, involves using powerful magnets to search for lost items in bodies of water like canals. These waterways are often filled with decades' worth of discarded objects, from tools to bicycles, hidden beneath layers of mud. As the 2 men were magnet fishing, they felt a strong pull on their magnet, indicating that they had hooked onto something significant. At first, they thought it might be an old piece of machinery or a large tool, but as they pulled it closer, they realized it was something far more dangerous. The sight of the grenade, with its rusted surface and ominous shape, sent a chill down their spines. What they pulled up was a heavy, rusted sphere about the size of a fist, a Mark I grenade from World War I. Realizing the danger it posed, they quickly alerted the authorities. Experts arrived to safely remove the grenade, preventing a potential disaster for nearby residents. Investigations revealed that the grenade likely ended up in the canal after being disposed of by munitions factories during the war. There could be more undetonated relics lying in canal beds around the world, posing unexpected dangers for hobbyists. Number 2. Fantastic message in a bottle. Discovering a message in a bottle might sound like something from a romantic movie, but for a retired French fisherman named Hubert Arrow, it was a real-life adventure. On August 2021, while strolling along a beach in Les Léon, France, a 71-year-old Hubert stumbled upon a message in a bottle. What made this discovery even more extraordinary was that the message had been tossed into the sea way back in 1997 by an American elementary school student named Ben Lyons. Ben, along with his classmates in Massachusetts, had put messages in bottles as part of a science project about ocean currents. The bottle had traveled thousands of miles across the Atlantic Ocean, enduring storms, waves, and the passage of time before finally washing ashore in France. Its weathered appearance, with faded writing and a slightly cracked surface, told a story of its long journey. Hubert, intrigued by the bottle's incredible voyage, felt a deep sense of connection to the young boy who had written the letter so many years ago. He wondered how many other bottles from the same project might still be drifting in the vast ocean, waiting to be discovered. In his letter, Ben asked whoever found it to answer some questions and send it back. Most of the bottles probably got lost at sea, but against all odds, Hubert found one of them. Hubert, remembering Ben's request, filled out the questionnaire and sent the letter back to Ben's school in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Although there was some confusion at the school at first, they eventually tracked down Ben, who was now an adult. Ben was amazed and overjoyed to receive a response. A simple request for a school project brought two people from different continents together decades later through a chance discovery. Number 1. Shocking undersea river. Have you ever considered that rivers aren't just confined to dry land? Well, let me introduce you to the aquatic wonderland of Cenote Angelita, where rivers flow in secret beneath the water's surface. But before we dive into the mystery of Cenote Angelita, let's break down what cenote means. Essentially, cenotes are nature's magnificent sinkholes, typically found in areas with lots of limestone. They act as entrances to enchanting underwater caves and rivers. Cenote Angelita is unlike any other. Imagine a magical boundary where fresh water from lush, rain-soaked jungles meets the denser salt water below. This creates a surreal sight resembling an underwater river. Divers who explore this natural wonder often describe the experience as otherworldly, as if they've entered a hidden realm untouched by time. The transition between the fresh and salt water layers is so distinct that it feels like crossing into a parallel world. Adding to the mystery, the river is often surrounded by fallen trees and debris, creating an eerie yet mesmerizing underwater landscape. The stillness of the water amplifies the illusion, making it seem as though the river is flowing gently beneath the surface. It's like a delicious layered dessert with the lighter fresh water on top and the heavier salt water below. When these two layers merge, something truly magical happens. They form a misty, dreamy cloud-like display that could easily be mistaken for a river flowing beneath the ocean's surface. Look into Cenote Angelita, and it's as if you're floating above a river within the sea itself. It's nature's optical illusion at its absolute finest, captivating all who venture into its depths. Which of these fascinating underwater discoveries do you find the most intriguing? Share your thoughts in the comments below.